We've looked at carbon dioxide emissions for the Midlands going right back to 2005, and when we look at the numbers for emissions from land, we notice something odd.
So over the past few years, more places in the Midlands have started to actually suck carbon out of the air and store it safely inside our soils. So how is that happening, and can we do more of it?
According to the government in 2019, land in the Midlands was actually sucking up 40 kilograms of carbon dioxide for every person. I mean, it's a small effect. For comparison, transport gives out over 2 tonnes of carbon dioxide per person. But every little helps, and it also seems to be getting better. And if these cattle will let us, to understand what's going on, we need to talk about how land and farming can help lock up carbon dioxide and so reduce the impact of climate change.
Goodness knows how much carbon is tied up in this old pasture. This won't have been ploughed probably ever. So, what's the alternative than grazing it?
On Home Farm in Warwickshire, they plant trees and hedges, create wildlife habitat, and all of that is sucking up carbon and locking it away in the ground. They also started letting their hedges grow bigger. And guess what that does?
Hedges are a very obvious store for carbon, and you don't have to be a genius to work out if your hedges double the mass, then it's storing double the amount of carbon.
And then there's how much modern farming has changed. At Agricultural College, Rupert would be the first to admit they learned nothing about worms, but now, like so many farmers, he's obsessed with them. They're a sign of improving soil quality, which is good for crops, and guess what it means for carbon?
If you increase your soil organic matter by 1%, there'll be a big tonnage of carbon that you're sequestering over a hectare of ground, definitely.
In the fight against climate change, could we encourage more farmers to make changes big and small that help lock up carbon in our land? David Gregory-Kumar, BBC Midlands Today, Knoll.